All right, hi there, everyone. First Alert, Channel 3 First Alert Meteorologist Tyler Hughes here, and it is a First Alert weather day today. We are tracking heavy rain and gusty wind that will make their way into our area over the next couple of hours. This afternoon into this evening is when we'll see wind and rainfall really begin to ramp up. So I'm going to walk you through everything, plus a look at the trick-or-treating forecast that's coming up a bit later on here in First Alert Weather Extra. To start, this is why we have a First Alert Weather Day. Heavy rain this afternoon and this evening, wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour, and the rainfall could be 1 to 2 inches or more at times. And so that's why we really need you to use caution during the evening commute. And if you have any outdoor activities planned for this evening, you may want to find another option for those as well. Locally, some ponding, some coastal flooding, not out of the question here. The heaviest impact will be the rain, but gusty wind as well. So keep that in mind as you head through the day today. All right, so it is just after 8 o'clock when we're doing this. I am going to show you a quick check of our First Alert Live radar. So if you're streaming this later on WFSB Plus, instead of streaming it live on WFSB Plus, remember, we stream First Alert Weather Extra live every weekday at 8 a.m. and again at 9:30 p.m. So that's when you can join us live, but you can always replay it later on. So this is what's going on as of just after 8 o'clock this morning on First Alert Live Doppler radar. Not much, but there are a few isolated showers out there, so that could affect the morning commute at times. You may want to keep that in mind as you head out the door. Futurecast has been doing a really good job picking up on a few of these isolated shower chances through 9, 10 o'clock or so, but most of us stay totally dry until after lunchtime, and that's when the real heavy rain begins. In fact, 4, 5, 6 o'clock is when we'll see downpours begin to move in, just in time for the evening commute, right? That's the unfortunate part of all this. So this is when the heaviest rain will move in. Then, as we head toward later on in the evening, it'll still be raining, but the heaviest of the rain moves off to our east, moves through Rhode Island, and then eventually off the Cape and the islands. We will still have some shower activity around as the backside of this cold front sort of wraps its way through, all the way through about midnight, 1 a.m. or so. But notice we clear out as we head into tomorrow morning. And so tomorrow morning is not looking bad, all things considered. It will be windy at times, but if you have trick-or-treating plans, you should be dry and you'll be good to go. So with the rainfall, as I mentioned, 1 to 2 inches in some spots, locally higher amounts possible as well. Part of the reason for that is because the moisture has been in part influenced by the presence of Hurricane Melissa all the way off the coast of the Bahamas, drawing up some moisture from Melissa to sort of enhance rainfall here. And that's what we're seeing with some of these bands. And so that's why when we say locally more rainfall, we mean that some of those bands of intense rainfall may drop some higher amounts in some places. And so keep that in mind as we head through later on this afternoon. One thing, especially with the wind, that could lead to some coastal flooding, and so there is a coastal flood advisory only for coastal Fairfield County, but don't be surprised if you see some splash over in some other places as well. That's from 4 to 8 o'clock tonight. And the wind gusts, here they are, 30 to 40 miles per hour along the immediate coastline, and they continue through tomorrow afternoon and evening. Look at tomorrow night, or this is tonight actually, wind gusts of 30 miles per hour possible, but tomorrow night will be the same deal as well. Look at the wind gusts for tomorrow. Here they are, showing you winds 30 to 35 mile per hour gusts inland, and along the coastline for your Halloween, here they are, wind gusts of 30 to 40 miles per hour possible. So keep that in mind. Other than the wind gusts, Halloween isn't looking too bad, all things considered. Here's your trick-or-treating forecast. Temperatures by the time you're headed out trick-or-treating. These aren't the high temperatures, but these are the temperatures around the time you're going trick-or-treating. In the low 50s, mostly cloudy skies. Again, that wind will be gusting. So if you have any outdoor decorations outside, you know, maybe you have one of those inflatable skeletons or something like that, you may need to bring it inside just because of the wind gusts, but at least it'll be dry and you won't need to wear a heavy coat or jacket over your Halloween costume. By the way, here's some of the stats for Halloween in the Hartford area. Nowhere near the warmest. Look at that, 84 degrees in 2024 last year. Yeah, we're not getting anywhere close to that. We'll be in the 50s tomorrow. But it's also not the wettest because all of the rain moves out ahead of time. So that will be good. We will be totally dry, nothing like the Halloween of 1939, where we saw close to 2 inches of rainfall. If you're looking to rake leaves over the next couple of days, it's not going to be great for it. Save that for the weekend is what I would do. Wind gusts of 30 miles per hour both days. Today we have the downpours in the afternoon. Tomorrow will be dry, but you'll still have to deal with the wind gusts, and I wouldn't want to be out raking while kids are coming to get candy. I don't know about you. So here's the deal with Hurricane Melissa. Currently a Category 2 hurricane, winds of 105 miles per hour. I apologize, the banner there is sort of blocking the center of the storm. But if you could see it, you would see that the eye is less pronounced now. The storm has weakened quite a bit since it made landfall on Jamaica and Cuba. Now it's to the north and to the east of the Bahamas, and it will continue moving out to sea over the next couple of days here. I'm actually going to widen out the tropical tracker for you. Let's do that. So here's the path as Melissa moves off to the north and to the east. It's a fish storm from here on out, folks. Headed out to sea. The only folks that could see some impacts are Bermuda. It will head just to the west of Bermuda, and so they could see some hurricane impacts as a result. Something to keep in mind. The drought monitor, we really do need the rain. That's the thing. Although it may, be an impact to the commute and things like that, especially along the immediate south coast, New Haven County, Middlesex County, New London County, portions of those counties are in a moderate drought status right now. And much of the rest of Connecticut is abnormally dry, where you see that yellow. And so we really do need all the rainfall we can get. And it will be coming this afternoon and this evening. Here's the average high temperature for today. 58 degrees for the Hartford area. I don't think we get up to quite that, especially this afternoon with the clouds and rain filling in. It will be a bit cooler than this the next couple of days. But eventually we rebound. And you'll see that in the First Alert 7-day forecast. Always like to take you beyond the 7-day forecast here in First Alert Weather Extra, just to give you a look at the 8 to 14-day period, the week 2 period, if you will. It's trending slightly wetter than average, so we may have some more First Alert weather days on the horizon. We'll have to keep that in mind. Temperature looking around average, which is in the middle to upper 50s for high temperatures this time of year. All right, so here's that 7-day forecast. We have the First Alert weather day today. Again, heavy rain and wind this afternoon and this evening for the evening commute. Tomorrow, the trick-or-treating forecast is looking fine. You should be good to go. You may need a light jacket. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s to low 50s by the time you're out trick-or-treating. That wind will be gusty at times, anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour. Eventually, as we head into the weekend, the breeze begins to die off a bit. We turn back the clocks Saturday night. Daylight saving time ends as well. So there's your reminder. You do get an extra hour of sleep, though, so that's pretty nice. By next week, the sunset is a lot earlier, but we get into a more mild pattern. Sunday, a lot more sunshine around. By the time we get to Monday and Tuesday, we're looking at high temperatures that are above average. Look at that. 60 degrees for Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, election day, by the way. Don't forget to get out and vote, and it should be good weather for it, so you don't have any excuse, at least from us here in the weather department. All right, everybody, that is your Thursday edition of First Alert Weather Extra. Again, today, a First Alert Weather Day. We will continue to provide updates on air and online, as well as right here on WFSB Plus. In fact, I will be back on our news stream with Tracy McCain coming up here at the bottom of the hour. So keep a lookout for that. For now, have a great Thursday. Stay safe and stay dry out there, everybody.